What's going on, people? My name is, well, not my government name, but I go by the name of Andy Mac. And today I will be covering a topic that is extremely popular in this DJ world that we are in. Today I'm going to be covering this topic of how to be a good opener DJ. Now, it really depends on the event that you're doing. You could be doing a nightclub, or you could be doing, like a house event. Dare I use the word EDM event? Okay, now, there's really no set rules, right? There's nothing really written down for, how to be a good opener DJ. But yet again, every DJ talks down on bad opener DJs. Now, it almost like sets the standard high. It's like, how can you really become a good opener DJ? Well, the job of an opener DJ is to set the mood for the night, basically, and to get a dance floor going. Now, as an opener DJ, if you get a shot, say it's your first time in a club and you get, a chance to, drop a set in your opening, you're going to be excited for sure, right? But what you don't want to do is you don't want to go in there and start dropping down all the hits, all the biggest hits that are on the radio, all the, classic club hits. You don't want to drop all those, because most likely if your, nightclub opens doors open at 10 o'clock, right? So say you don't really get, it doesn't really get super packed or whatever till around, 11. And say your opening set is from 10 to 11 or 10 to 11:30. You don't want to throw down all the hits, because you're supposed to make the headlining DJ look good. Now, there is an argument that says, if somebody plays all the hits and you're a headlining DJ, you should still be able to rock the crowd and whatnot. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? As a DJ, you should have enough skill to rock a crowd with, whatever songs you do have or whatever songs that you have left. But you're supposed to make the headlining DJ or the primetime DJ or the resident DJ, you're supposed to make their job easier, right? Now, what you want to do is, or what I usually do when I open, or when I used to open, you want to drop a bunch of fillers. And what a filler is a song that people know, they're familiar with it, they can dance to it, and they like it, they can sing the words, they can groove out to it. Now, if you got people coming in, you want to kind of set the mood, depending on the type of club, that you got. If it's more of a top 40, if it's more of, a hip-hop urban environment, if it's more, of a house type of vibe, then you want to, throw fillers of that type of genre out there. If I was you, or what I do actually, is I throw a couple of hits out there. I don't throw the biggest hit at the time, but I throw a song that's pretty well known right now, later on towards the end of the opening set. Reason being, you want to feed, if you don't have a dance floor already, and if it's a tough crowd, you want to feed some fish to the shark. Now, I'm not saying throw the whole fucking bucket in the ocean. I'm not saying that at all, because if you do that, the headlining DJ is going to look at you like, what the fuck, bro? And then most likely he's going to talk bad about you, and you're not going to get called back, and it's going to be this big old stupid Facebook drama, or you're going to get blasted on his Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So, as an opener DJ, you want to go in, and you got to look at it as a learning experience. You can't look at it like, oh man, I don't have a dance floor, what am I doing? Now, I could understand if the club is packed at 10:45 and you have nobody on the dance floor, then, hey man, what are you doing? You should have somebody on the dance floor already. You should have something going. They're not gonna understand that. If you're playing all these random, just obsolete tracks that are kind of just down tempo, not saying down tempo as far as BPM, but down tempo as far as feel. They feel just down. They don't really make you feel like you want to party and shit. Then, yeah, you need to change it up. You need to throw on something that, people are going to dance to. Now, I am the type of DJ that I target a lot towards the ladies. I'm very big into playing ladies' anthems, because at the end of the day, if you don't have ladies dancing, then you're not going to have guys on the dance floor. And if you don't have ladies dancing and they're out there having a good time, they're not going to want to come back. and therefore guys are not going to come because why? There are no ladies in the club, and the guys is what makes the club money. Why? Because they buy the ladies the drinks. You know what I'm saying? So you want to target towards the ladies always. That's what I always say. Play some old school ladies anthems. You know what I'm saying? Play some old school party hits, but you don't want to throw down every single banger that's out there right now. You don't even want to throw down like shit more than 7 or 8 of them, because especially if they're real big right now. Don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of music, and the headlining DJ should be able to work around that. But then again, you want to be a good opener DJ, because you're going to come to a point in your career, if you keep going on with this, if, you know, when you become a primetime DJ or a resident DJ, and you're going to bring in an opener, or somebody's going to bring in an opener, and they're going to, you know, fucking take your shine, or not take your shine, but they're going to, you know, throw down a bunch of the biggest hits, and you're going to feel the same exact way as every other DJ does. You know, me personally, I could care less, because, I mean, I play like a bunch of random shit anyways, you know what I'm saying? So if I just look at it as a challenge, and, you know, a part of you should, but I could understand why you would get mad if, you know, an opener DJ does that to you. It's understandable. There's nothing wrong with it. Of course you're gonna feel that way. Now, taking like all that shit said, at the end of the day, things that you need to know when you're an opening DJ: come in respectful, ask questions, learn the setup. I mean, get cool with the resident DJ or whoever's going on after you. You want to get cool. You don't want to come in like this little cocky, arrogant asshole. You know, even if that's your personality, come in, be cool, be respectful. You got to remember, the guy who is spun, you know, who is the resident there, has probably had more time in the game than you. You know what I'm saying? And is more established. Therefore, you want to be cool with them, because, you know, they put in their time, they put in their effort. You know, it's a bigger thing to them than it might be to you. Not saying that, you know, your passion for this is not as big as theirs. Now, you want to be able to read the crowd. Becoming an opener DJ, when you spin a lot and you open a lot of nightclubs, after a while you'll get used to it. It'll kind of become robotic. You'll be able to read a crowd like this. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to see what kind of people are in the crowd, and you'll be able to throw out, you know, a couple of different random tracks and see what grabs people's attention, and then be able to go from there. So look at it as a learning experience, but don't be so nervous. Don't overthink it. I've seen plenty of guys come in and overthink it, play a bunch of down-tempo stuff because they don't want to touch any of the bangers. You know what I'm saying? Any of the bangers. Even if it's, you know, one old hit, they don't want to touch any of it. Now, I'm saying you can touch some of it. It's not a big deal. It's not, you know, at all. It's not a big deal. You should. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a tough crowd, or, you know, you need something to get the people going. You don't want to come in and overthink it to where you're just playing random tracks and people are standing around and it's like, dude, what the fuck is this dude playing? And they don't feel like partying. They're not having a good time. And if they're not having a good time, you're not going to be brought back, because you're going to be known as that, like, boring random ass DJ that doesn't play good music. So that's basically it. At the end of the day, becoming an opener DJ is really simple to explain and describe, but it's way harder to do, as many of you may know, or many of you may soon know. But don't look at it as life or death. You know, saying every DJ's had a bad night. I know I've had a couple, for sure. I know when I was younger in my career, you know, I fucking bombed, and I was fucking depressed. My fucking confidence went from up here to way down here, you know. But you use it as a learning experience, you know what I'm saying? And you go from there. There's been times I've opened when I was like fucking stupid as fuck, and just, you know, really, I thought I was way better than what I was. There's times I opened, I fucking just stole a bunch of hits, no lie. And thank God the dude that was going on after me was my homie and wasn't too hard on me. But now that I think about it, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because at that time I was like, I want to get my shine on. I want to do this, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like that. It's not all about you, it's about the night. You got to remember, as a DJ, you're providing a service. You're taking people away from their problems. They go to the club to have a good time, whether it's, you know, a breakup, whether they're celebrating a birthday, whether they're just trying to get their mind away from things. They don't want to go there, you know what I'm saying, and just be fucking all kinds of, like, listen to like some random ass down tempo shit and shit that's not gonna hype them up and have a good time. You're providing a service. It's more than you, and it's more than your fame. That, you gotta think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you get an opportunity to be an opening DJ, I say this: if you feel like your skills are where they need to be, then go ahead and do it. But if you're just doing it just to get on a flyer, or just to say, you know, oh, I spun at this club, or hey, I mean, like, get the little bit of fame that you think it comes with, don't do it, because you're not in it for the right reasons. You're gonna go in there and just not give a fuck, and you can hurt the night at the end of the day. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, when it comes to like a EDM event, I guess you could say it's like a lot more easier to be a opener DJ in an EDM event. Basically, if you have like a big headliner coming in, you know, who has like a lot of his own original tracks or whatever, don't play any of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't play any of his, don't touch anything that sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You want to leave that shit for them. So at the end of the day, coming in as an opener DJ, come in respectful, be open to the idea, keep your eyes open to the crowd, what they like. Don't play all the fucking hits, and have a good time. At the end of the day, have a good time. You're there to learn. You know what I'm saying? You're there to have a good time. You don't want to be there like, fuck, I have to be here. Nah, have a good time, man. So that's all I really gotta say is shit. If anything, it was more of a rant than anything. But I hope you guys found this informative. Make sure to fucking follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AndyMac100, ANDIMAC 100. Check me out on Facebook. Check out my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/LoveAndyMac. And yeah, check me out, man. Comment, fucking write to me. Like, this is like, I've had a couple people from watching my videos just write to me already, and like, yo, that's just dope. So comment, man, write to me, talk to me, man. We're all DJs. You know what I mean? We can learn from each other. So until next time, I'll check y'all out later, and let me know what else you guys need to know. If you guys got any questions, you know, even gear stuff, man. I'm a huge gear nerd. So I'll check y'all out later, and y'all have a good one. Peace out.